Good morning, bead hoarders. How was your holiday? Mine was okay. This is the ornament I'm going to show you how to make for next Christmas. Yay! And maybe I can figure out something different for next Christmas for video. In this one I've used size 11 check seed beads and some 4mm check rounds. This is pretty easy, just a lot of counting. It's a regular size Christmas bulb. These are interchangeable with any bulb. You can take it off of one and put it on another, mix and match your colors. Lots of fun, very easy. Just a lot of counting. This is going to roll away and break. Stay there. I start. Ugh, I got a new tripod and I'm scared of it. I've started with 40 size 11 checks. You can use Japanese. Checks are a little bit smaller. The hanked beads, you know, they come on a string, on several strings. It's called a hank. Those are always check. So I wouldn't adjust my counts for this. I mean, you could. I would adjust it by fives. Let's just put it that way. Don't adjust it by 2 or 3 or 4 or 1. Adjust it by 5. Then this pattern should work. So I've added 40 on my thread, went through the beads again, tied a knot because that's how I roll, and I'm going to cut the tail and move the knot inside the beads to make it disappear, hopefully. That's just how I like to do it. You need about 2 yards of thread onto your needle. This is a size 12 beading needle and 8-pound fire line. I've got some, honestly, I do not remember what these are. They're either Czech crystals or Chinese. I honestly do not remember. They were in an unmarked bag that I probably had forever. And you're going to need about 20 grams of seed beads, and I don't know how many of these crystals or rounds or whatever you choose to use for your big intersection bead. So now that you have your 40 on here, we're going to add little loops of 11 through every 5th bead in our ring. So I'm going to pick up 5, 4, 5, one of these crystals like this, and another 5, 4, 5. I'm going to count 5 beads and put my needle through the 5th bead. If I can see, I really need new glasses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I count again. I always do, just to make sure. 4, 5. I have to get these scissors out of here. We're going to do that all the way around. 2, 3, 4, 5. Crystal, then another 5. We're going to count 5. Put our needle through. Oh, it's already sticking up for me. That's very nice. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to make these little loops all the way around. 11 through every 5. I'm putting on my last little loop, Going through the last 5th bead there. I'm right up against my first loop that I made. 11s. And after you get that loop on, you're going to work your needle up through the first loop, through the seed beads in your first loop, and through your bigger bead or crystal, whatever you're going to use. As far as these go, you can use anything from whatever size you want. I'd say, you know, just whatever is pleasing to you. I've got a lot of 4mm because that's what I use, so that's what I'm using. And but you could use anything, 6, 8. You could even use bigger seed beads, size 8 or 6, whatever you like. Anyway, I've got my needle going through that crystal, up through the seed beads and then through the crystal. And keep things kind of snug, you know. Don't let it get all loosey-goosey on you, like this one is. It'll blend in, be okay. Now we're going to add loops of 25 through every other crystal at the end of our little loops there. So what I do is I pick up 12 of the 11s, one crystal, and 12 more 11s, and go through the crystal here, skipping the one in the middle. I'll show you how that's done, and I'll spare you the counting. Okay, 12 crystal, 12. Skip this crystal, go through the next. Avoid tangles. Like this. Repeat this, skipping. Skip this one, go through here. Skip this one, go through here. Skip this one, go through this one. And then we're going to work back up. No, actually we're not. Ignore that. That's not how I did this pattern. Anyway, 25, crystal in the middle, skip, pass, skip, pass, skip. And then go through this crystal and have your needle come out. Alright, I'm going through my last crystal. The first one where I started this line of 25 here. You're just going to come out the crystal. In this next step, so you have a little thingy like this. Now I added drapes, drapes on each side of the crystal. And I was just adding 2 beads instead of 12. I was adding 14, but I wasn't. I mean, it looks pretty, but I want more drape, so I'm going to add 16 and see how much drape I get with that. So I'm going to add 16 seed beads. 16. I didn't pull very tight there, did I? Oh well. Okay. And you're just going to go through the next crystal in the loop. The loops you just made. Come on, crystal. So you get a drapey thingy there. It looks really pretty. And you're going to add another 16 beads, 16 seed beads, and go through this crystal. Another 16 and go through this one. Another 16 in here, all the way around. So you're adding little loops on top of the loop. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm adding my last line of 16 seed beads through this crystal. Okay, and now I'm going to work my needle up through this line of 12. No, what is that? 16. Through the line of 16 that you added, the first group right here. I'm going to work my needle up through there. And then through the crystal in the middle. Like this. And now we're going to add drapes of 41 through every end crystal, not through here, but through the petals. Here, 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 and here. We're going to add to the drape now with 41. So pick up 20, a crystal, and another 20, and go through all of the end crystals, all the petal crystals, and I'll be back. Okay, I've got 41 on my thread, 20 a crystal, and 20. You're going to go through the end petal, through the crystal in the middle of the petal, I should say, right here. You need something, obviously you can see by now, you need something with a slightly bigger hole for this pattern. That's why I used a bigger bead. I tried it with just a different colored seed bead, and it got very difficult, especially since I'm using 8-pound fire line and not 4-pound or something very slender in diameter. Plus, I just think it looks prettier when you add a different kind of bead. It just gives it a little more texture and a little more sparkle. But you're going through these several times, so think about that. So you're going to add 41 beads through every end crystal here in the petal, like I said before, and I'll be back when I do that. Okay. I've added all of the petals of 41, 20 crystal, and 20 all the way around. And I'm going to add another drape like I did in the previous row. I'm going to add 25 beads through each crystal now, 25 seed beads, and I have 25 picked up on my thread. Oh my, that's very close. You're just going to put your needle through the center crystal, each crystal this time, with 25 beads to add more drape. This is completely adjustable. Everything is adjustable. You can add more, add less, not add them at all if you want to. This is what gives it that pretty drapey look. So I was playing with these. I spent a day messing around with different patterns, and I ended up liking this one the best. So this is the one I'm showing. Pick up another 25. This is the last step in the ornament. You can continue if you want to. You can make it as long and drapey as you want to. Go through the next crystal here. Another 25. Here. Next one. Do this all the way around. I'll show you how I add it to the ornament. Alright, I'm adding my last line of 25, and I'm going to show you how I end these. Going through the last crystal there. I gave these as Christmas presents at work. Everybody liked them. Just different. Now I'm going to go through some of the seed beads that I've got hanging off here, and I'm going to just tie half-hitch knots all the way along here, going through, 4, 5, 6, tie another knot, 5, 4, 5, 6, tie another knot. Make sure that your thread is getting caught where it's coming out and not anywhere else. Come on now. Pull. Right here. Go through a few more. Tie another one. You can weave through back and forth if you like. I just think that detracts from the draping effect of the beads. I don't want them stiff as a board. I kind of want them nice and soft and drapey, so this is how I end. One more. Get your thread in the right spot and pull. And then I just go through the beads, find my scissors in this mess, pull and cut, and there we go. We're done. To add this, get this out of the way. To add this to your ornament, take off this thing. Be careful because these are really soft. These are super cheap. I bought them on sale. And they have this top thing like this. You don't want to squish the metal because you got to fit it back on there. So let's see if this fits over. You might have to work with it a little bit. Maybe a lot of it. Yeah, checks are a lot smaller than Japanese. Oh, I found one that will fit over. Note to self, make sure your ring fits over the ornament before you begin weaving all this stuff on here and then discover it does not fit. Oh my God. Okay. And then just put the little cap back on. Again, be careful not to bend that metal part all to pieces, and you're all set. You're all done. I don't like this on the green one, but this is the only one that would fit the ring of beads. Ha ha ha. Alright. I'll mark this off for next year, Christmas 2012. So if you need to look it up again, you'll be able to find it. Alright, oops, I've got other videos planned. I spent 5 days. You're gonna laugh at me because it looks so hideous, but I really wanted to try this and it actually works. It just looks like crap because I'm new at it and I've never done it before, but I did another molding experiment and it works. It just looks like crap, but it works. So I'm trying to figure out a way to make a video about it without spending 5 days. I think I'll just explain the steps I went through to make it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm really enjoying this mild weather. I'll totally take it after the crappy winters we've had the past couple of years. This just feels like a break. It feels like a vacation. So, I've got other videos coming this month, so stay tuned. Oh my goodness. See a cheap thing bend all up. Stay happy. Stay inspired. Bye. Come on, just work with it. Get it in there. Oh no. No, these were smaller than the other ones. The gold ones I used. I swear it works. I swear. Come on. You stretch it on there without breaking this bulb. Oh, that is not going. No. That ain't going anywhere. You get the idea. It looks really pretty. It really does.